Welcome back to the Comic Book ASM Artist. Today I thought I would do a response video to the passing of Stan Lee. So first off, I'd like to just mention when I met Stan Lee, I never thought I would get the chance to meet him ever. And so I was able to meet him at Emerald City Comic Con in Seattle in 2015. And I just got my pre-purchase ticket, and we waited in line for like 4 hours. And the procedure for that is pretty fast. They prepped everyone before they got up to meet Stan. They said you cannot have a conversation with him. Put your things down in the table in front of the camera, and just go stand by Stan and smile for 30 seconds. Take your belongings and leave, and you can pick your picture up. And so I put my things down, and then I just immediately ran over to Stan, and I hugged him, and I got a attaboy out of him, and then they took the picture here. And then I got my photo about 10 seconds later, and that was it. But I never thought I would ever meet him, so I'm supremely grateful that I had the opportunity. And then the following day I was able to sit in on the Q&A panel he did. You can find that at Emerald City Stan Lee Panel 2015 on YouTube and see at least the first half of it, I believe. And then they actually invited him back in 2017 with Todd McFarlane as the moderator, and I remember he was giving him a hard time and making fun of how he couldn't hear Todd, even though he was on the other end of the couch. His hearing was bad. So anytime anyone would speak into the microphone, they would have to explain that Todd would have to sit next to Stan and relay the message for him to hear it. So both those were really fun panels. I think you can find both of them on YouTube if you're interested. And what I thought I would do today is read a tribute to him. In the 75th anniversary, they reprinted, this was his first published work here. It's called The Traitor's Revenge. It was a little short story backup. And it was in Captain America #4, I believe. So I'll just read that here for you. This was drawn by Bruce Timm. So, Captain America foils the traitor's revenge. 73 years ago, Stan Lee wrote his very first story for Marvel, a 2-page text feature that ran in Captain America Comics #3, May 1941. Now, to commemorate that event, we asked animator extraordinaire Bruce Timm to adapt that story into comics, with the present-day Stan providing the final script. Enjoy. At U.S. Army Camp Lehigh, a dramatic scene. There is no place in this army camp for the likes of you, Haynes. You've lied, cheated, spied, and stolen. Your conduct is no longer tolerable. I'm giving you a dishonorable discharge. Gosh, Steve, I've never seen Colonel Stevens so angry. Haynes looks plenty mad too, Bucky. Okay, Colonel, I'll get out, but you ain't seen the last of me. Mark my words, you'll pay for this. I'll get my revenge on that lousy, no-good creep. I wouldn't act like that if I were you, Haynes. That man you're insulting wears the uniform of the United States Army. Mouth off like that again, and I guarantee you'll regret it. Here are the camp gates. Now beat it. Yeah, I'm going, but I'll be back. Later that night, gosh, Steve, don't you ever lose a game? I've forgotten what it feels like to win. Tell you what, kid, suppose you borrow a book on how to play checkers and read it. That'll give me a chance for some shut-eye. You don't know how tired it makes me to beat you all the time. Hey, okay, Squirt, if it's a pillow fight you want, how'd you know I ain't got a brick in this one? Wait, did you hear that? What is it, Steve? It's Haynes and two other goons heading towards the Colonel's tent. Let's go. You guys stay here and keep a lookout. I'll take care of Mr. High and Mighty. Not while Captain America is on the job. Here's a GI welcome for you punks. Captain America. Ugh. I'll bash your head in. Strike 1, 2, 3. You're out. Hey, Cap. Haynes is getting away. I'll get him. Drop it, Haynes. I'll drop it all right. Blade first. Not if I can help it. With only a split second to act, Cap hurls his shield towards the would-be killer, and Captain America can help it. Arg. This means I'm gonna waste you, too. Talk is cheap, Slimeball, and I don't need my shield to handle you. Get the message? Too bad no one told you. I used to be known as Iron Jaw, and no one's got stronger hands than me. This is what happens when some clown in a costume tackles me. Is that so? This is what happens when some two-bit hoods go against Captain America. It's lucky the Colonel's not a light sleeper, although he might have enjoyed the action. Sorry I was too busy to help you, Bucky. It's okay, Cap. I just hope I wasn't too rough on them. The next morning, Rogers, this morning I found 3 men tied up outside my tent with a note saying regards from Captain America and Bucky. You have the tent next to mine. Did you hear anything? No, sir, I was sound asleep. Asleep? Captain America and Bucky mopped up 3 men by themselves and saved my life. And you were asleep? Oh, why can't I have soldiers like Captain America instead of you? Enough said. So, once again, here's a look at the final original published work he had done. And then I just wanted to show off a little bit of some of his old work he did with Kirby. In this old library collection I have of Captain America. And so this was in the newer Tales of Suspense stuff he had done. And I'm just going to flip through it just to give you a little taste visually of how you would experience a Stan Lee story with Kirby doing the art. And I'll probably do a detailed reading of this at a later date. I just wanted to get this out there because I felt it was only right to show some of his old work coupled with classic iconic visuals. Although I did enjoy what Bruce Timm did with his old backup story he had done. And I mean, it was really just a magic combination with him and Kirby, and there was so much passion and talent, and they were trying so many things and doing things that hadn't been seen in the comics. It really was a great time to be a new, young, eager reader at the time. And then I want to flip to Avengers number 4 here, which is when Cap is thawed out. I don't like how they don't have the covers in here, though. It's kind of annoying. Man, I love how the older prints of these would have, this is still brighter coloring than, I don't know. I mean, I don't have the original books, but it seems like when they do the current omnibus or whatever that they tend to, put an extra polish on it and clean up everything. But I like how these versions here are truer to the original versions of the book coloring wise, I think the only difference here is a better quality paper, most of them would be yellowed when you flip through them unless you had a vacuum sealed book. But yeah, this was just amazing stuff, and Cap is my favorite hero. So, and Stan's always been asked who's your favorite hero and everything, and he really likes to spread around credit on all the heroes with the artists and things of that nature, but I think if you sit back and you look at the bulk of what he's done, I think he was really, really proud of what he'd done with Spider-Man, and he was really proud of what he did with Fantastic Four and the whole philosophical thoughts of the Silver Surfer, because he really did have a lot of emotion stirring underneath that boisterous, playful exterior that he marketed to everyone, So I hope you enjoyed that. Finally, I wanted to show this, but I'm not doing a reading of this presently. But at a later date, I will probably do a reading of this. This is Stan Lee's biography, prepared by Peter David and drawn by Colleen Doran. And if you're interested, let me know below. I probably will be reading it, but it will be a multi-part, as there is quite a hefty page count here. But that'll do it for now. Once again, thanks for sharing this evening with me. Take a minute out to recognize Stan. Let me know down below what were some of your favorite stories he wrote. Do you have any memories of meeting him? And let me know if you want to see a reading of this. Alright, thanks so much everyone. Rest in peace, Stan. Have a good day or night. And happy Veterans Day for what's left of it. Bye.